A dangerous and destructive derecho has blasted across portions of the northern plains and upper Midwest, directly impacting residents in Iowa and Illinois with hurricane-force wind gusts. This powerful storm system, which tore through late Monday night and into early Tuesday morning, has snapped trees and knocked out power to tens of thousands of people. Early reports illustrate the sheer intensity of this derecho. In Sioux Center, Iowa, the highest wind gust recorded so far reached an astonishing 99 miles per hour. Just nearby, Spencer, Iowa, reported a 92-mile-per-hour gust, highlighting the widespread nature of these extreme winds. For context, hurricane-force winds are typically defined as sustained winds, or frequent gusts of 74 miles per hour or greater, meaning these areas experience conditions comparable to a Category 1 hurricane. Over in South Dakota, the towns of Irene and Parker also felt the storm's wrath, reporting significant wind gusts of 87 and 85 miles per hour, respectively. The immediate consequences of this derecho have been severe. As of early Tuesday morning, more than 100,000 power outages were reported in Minnesota, while just under 30,000 outages were reported in portions of Iowa, leaving many communities in the dark and without essential services. The Siouxland area, which encompasses parts of northwestern Iowa and southeastern South Dakota, has seen widespread damage. Around 9 o'clock Monday night, severe storms began impacting the Clay, Union, and Lincoln County areas before advancing into northwest Iowa. By 10 o'clock, with winds approaching 100 miles per hour, the First Alert Weather Team was urgently advising residents in communities like Melvin, Sanborn, Primgar, and Paulina to seek immediate shelter. The intensification continued, and by 10:15 post-meridian, the storms prompted communities such as Sioux County to issue advisories urging people to avoid all travel due to widespread downed trees and power lines. By 10:45, the official Facebook page for Sioux Center was actively asking residents to stay home, indicating that storm cleanup operations were already underway amidst the dangerous conditions. Throughout O'Brien County, multiple trees have been reported down on city streets and even some highways. Crucially, numerous power lines are also down, posing a hidden and extremely dangerous hazard. First responders and city crews are diligently working to assess the full extent of the damages and are imploring the public to exercise extreme caution, especially given the difficulty in seeing downed power lines. In Lynn County, the Robbins Fire Department reported wind speeds that nearly reached 100 miles per hour. Fire crews there responded to over 10 calls for service directly related to the storm, assisting with numerous downed trees, street flooding, instances of trees falling on homes, blocked roadways, and of course, more downed power lines. Fortunately, no injuries were reported by any homeowners. The Independence Fire Department worked collaboratively alongside deputies from the Buchanan County Sheriff's Office, Independence Police, Independence Light and Power, Independence Streets Departments, and several local residents, all pitching in to address the widespread destruction. According to poweroutage.us, as of 4:55 Tuesday morning, more than 24,000 customers in Iowa remained without power, including thousands in eastern Iowa, with particularly affected areas including Sheldon, Royal, Hosbears, and Sioux Center. Utility crews are on standby and are beginning the arduous process of power restoration as soon as conditions are deemed safe. Simultaneously, a massive heat dome continues to be a dominant and dangerous force across a large portion of the nation. This heat dome is currently prompting widespread heat alerts, including both heat advisories and extreme heat warnings for nearly 160 million Americans. This extends across a vast area from the plains, where the derecho just hit, all the way to the East Coast, and is expected to persist through the middle of this week. Today, Tuesday, is anticipated to be one of the hottest days of the week, with forecasts threatening more than 24 new record-high temperatures stretching from Florida all the way to New England. The extreme heat will persist into Wednesday, though the most intense conditions are expected to focus on the mid-Atlantic states. A heat dome is a weather phenomenon where a persistent ridge of high pressure traps hot air beneath it, acting like a lid. This prevents hot air from rising and cooler air from moving in, leading to prolonged periods of intense heat. With such widespread and intense heat, health precautions are paramount. Anyone planning to spend time outdoors is strongly advised to take immediate measures to avoid heat exhaustion and heat stroke, both of which are serious medical conditions that can rapidly become life-threatening. Young children, babies, and older adults are particularly vulnerable populations and should avoid prolonged outdoor exposure during these extreme conditions. For those who must be outdoors, it is critically important to drink plenty of water, preferably with electrolytes, and to seek shade frequently. The combination of high temperatures and high humidity significantly increases the perceived temperature, or heat index, making it feel even hotter and more dangerous than the actual air temperature. This complex and dangerous weather pattern, with the dual threats of a destructive derecho and a life-threatening heat dome, demands constant vigilance and strict adherence to all local weather advisories from meteorological and emergency management agencies.